From a raccoon who fights monsters with a shovel, to a blue jay who's crashed the universe more times than NASA,
Come on, let's go!
This is all your fault!
Regular Show is basically a fever dream disguised as a slice of life. One moment they're saving the world, the next they're just trying to clock out on time without being vaporized by a demonic vending machine. It's a show that takes the mundane, work, friendships, awkward dates, and filters it through pure chaos. It's 50% nostalgia, 30% screaming, and 20% wait, why did death just show up on a motorcycle? Where a casual game of rock, paper, scissors can unravel the fabric of time, where a coffee run turns into a space battle, and where getting fired might involve literally meeting death in person. But today, I'm doing the impossible. I'm digging through 8 seasons of cosmic insanity just to find the most regular episodes of Regular Show. Let's start with season 1, where the weirdest thing in the park was Benson's blood pressure.
You're fired!
You lazy, no good slackers drive me nuts! Can't you just listen to me once in your worthless life?
Grilled Cheese Deluxe from season 1 is an episode that starts like the most normal Regular Show story imaginable. It begins with Mordecai and Rigby doing the most relatable thing ever, eating grilled cheese sandwiches and watching stupid internet videos when they're supposed to be working. Then Benson storms in, accusing them of eating his sandwich, and suddenly the boys have to go buy him another one, which is so grounded it hurts.
What are you doing with my sandwich?
What? Don't worry. I'll take care of this with my specialty. This isn't your sandwich. This is our sandwich.
This is your sandwich, huh? Then how come it says Benson on the bag?
Huh? It's supposed to say Rigby, but they misspelled my name wrong.
Stop lying!
This is a real life, hey, go fix your mistakes situation. A normal errand, a normal consequence. If it ended there, it'd be the most realistic day the park's ever had. However, while waiting for Benson's sandwich, Mordecai gets mad that 2 astronauts cut the line. So he does what any normal person would ever do. Lies about being an astronaut to skip ahead. Rigby takes it a step further by claiming Mordecai's the captain of their fake space program.
Well, it's an honor to meet you, Captain. Lieutenant Riggs here has told us a lot about you.
Yeah, it's great to meet a couple of real fellow astronauts.
Even the sci-fi part of this episode isn't really fantastical. It's more like every workplace comedy where someone pretends to be something they're most definitely not. The antimatter chamber, the uniforms, the whole NASA parody, it's just window dressing for a classic sitcom premise. 2 guys lie and it goes way too far. But even this normal episode ends with a near-fatal encounter involving an antimatter reactor. So calling it normal feels like calling Die Hard a Christmas movie. It's technically true, but spiritually, not even close. Now, if there was ever a Regular Show episode that feels like it could happen in real life, it's this one. Because what can be more relatable than taxes and sibling rivalry? The episode kicks off with Mordecai and Rigby being, well, Mordecai and Rigby playing football inside the house until Benson screams at them like a stressed single dad and drags everyone outside for an emergency meeting. The park is getting audited because Pops tried to pay taxes with lollipops. Classic Pops. Sweet man, financially illiterate. And let's be honest, we all know someone like that, don't we?
Rigby has a brother, and he's an accountant.
Shut up!
Dude, what do you have against Don?
No! I hate him! Fine. Mordecai, you call him.
You better not!
Dude, he could save the park.
Dude, he could ruin my life. If he comes, I'm gonna tell him to leave.
Now, they need someone who actually understands money, and Mordecai, in his infinite wisdom, suggests Rigby's accountant brother, Don. And if you're wondering why Rigby looks like he just swallowed a lemon dipped in battery acid, it's because Don is everything he's not. Tall, polite, successful, and an actual functioning adult. Talk about that pent-up middle child energy. Things boil over when Rigby lashes out and tells Don he should have never been born. Don leaves, the park's finances collapse, and in true Regular Show fashion, the audit literally erases the park from existence, which is honestly still one of the most realistic metaphors for government paperwork ever put on TV. Don and Rigby end up reconciling and finish the audit, not with magic or a boss fight, but with emotional maturity and a high five literally called sugar. The park is saved, taxes are paid, and for once, Rigby learns a real human lesson that sometimes being normal is harder than fighting a demon.
All right, I got it! I just have to do one more thing.
Do it!
Why isn't anything happening?
Because I still need some sugar, bro.
What?
Rigby!
So yeah, No monsters, no explosions, just family drama, jealousy, and government bureaucracy. And yet, it's still completely insane, because only in regular show can doing your taxes nearly destroy the universe. It was kind of hard even finding one season 2 episode without a possessed taxi or Skips accidentally killing Rigby in an arm wrestling match. But even here, buried under all the chaos, are a few gems that almost resemble a normal day at work. Almost. At first glance, this episode sounds simple enough. Mordecai and Rigby want to watch a wrestling championship, but surprise, the event's sold out. So what do? They start fake wrestling in the living room because that's what two intellectually stunted best friends do when bored. Then Pops walks in, sweet, innocent, 200-year-old lollipop man Pops, and body slams Mordecai into the floor because apparently Pops used to wrestle back in the day. And just when you think that's the weirdest part, he pulls out 2 tickets to the show.
Oh, I'm so glad you think so, because I thought you two might want to accompany me to this.
Double RW Wrestle Frazzle 7? You got tickets?
Pops, you're a legend! Really real wrestling!
Really real wrestling! Really real wrestling! Really real wrestling!
For a moment, it's actually wholesome. It's like your grandpa saying, "Back in my day, I used to suplex my friends for fun." Totally normal family bonding until Rigby injures Pops and Benson grounds them for the night. But the second Pops sneaks out to the arena, the whole episode shifts gears. Suddenly, he's mistaken for a pro wrestler named Huge Head because, well, look at him. And now Mordecai and Rigby are in a full-on ladder match against 3 jacked wrestlers named things like For Armageddon.
Look at that guy's head!
That guy's head is almost as big as Pops.
It is as big as Pops!
Dude, that is Pops.
What? How did he? What?
And that's where the magic of this normal episode comes in. It's all about tickets, chores, sports fandom, and then nosedives into absurdity without even blinking. By the time Pops powerbombs a man and wins the golden belt, we've forgotten this all started because they just wanted to sneak out and watch wrestling. But only in regular show, that temptation leads to a geriatric lollipop drop-kicking a man named For Armageddon.
And the winner, Huge Head!
If really real wrestling was about sneaking out, this one's about getting caught on camera. Mordecai and Rigby spend a night singing karaoke, We're Not Gonna Take It, and it's actually a vibe. Until the next morning when they rewatch the tape.
What aren't you gonna take?
We're not gonna take any more garbage from our boss, Benson. What a loser.
Yeah, go back to your sad apartment and be alone forever.
What else? What else?
Yeah, and this know-it-all guy Skips, forget him.
Yeah, if you're so smart, why are you stuck working as a groundskeeper? I'm just saying.
Because turns out, a drunken karaoke night included them trash-talking their boss, Benson, and their coworkers. On video. In front of a cheering crowd. Relatable much? And then they discover they agreed to let the karaoke owner use that video for promotion. Immediately, they panic, destroy the tape, swear to never speak of it again, only for Benson to walk in like, see what?
Do you remember any of this?
No.
What do you think, folks? Do we like these guys? Hey, you boys don't mind if I play this video in my club as a promo, do you?
Nah, whatever, dude.
You gotta give us a copy though so we can relive this night forever!
Dude, we can't let anybody see this.
See what?
From there, the episode becomes a full-blown workplace anxiety simulator. Mordecai and Rigby try everything, stealing the tape, sneaking through vents, sabotaging karaoke night, but no matter what, the truth keeps creeping closer. And by the time Benson's watching himself get roasted on the big screen, the damage is done.
We're not gonna take any more garbage from our boss, Benson.
What the?
What a loser.
Well, sorry, folks, some technical difficulties.
It's embarrassing, chaotic, and deeply human. Who hasn't said something stupid at a party and immediately wished for the earth to swallow them whole? That's this episode, except with more flying punches in a bar brawl featuring a guy named Karaoke. Next up is Camping Can Be Cool from season 3, which begins like a totally normal double date. Mordecai and Rigby invite Margaret and Eileen on a simple camping trip. We get awkward flirting, road trip sing-alongs, and Rigby forgetting basically everything essential for survival. For a while, it's almost serene, the kind of episode where you think, yeah, maybe they've matured a little. Then, out of nowhere, the deer they were admiring earlier turns out to be a half-human cryptid screaming about pollution and chasing them through the woods.
What is it? Ah! Whoa. Hey, what's up, man?
I have been watching you for years now, bringing your filthy machines into my forest, setting her ablaze, drowning out her natural voice with your terrible music. And I've had enough!
They barely escape after the park ranger accidentally commits vehicular manslaughter, because that's what makes it work. Regular Show takes the most normal human moments, a crush, a camping trip, a pep talk about the environment, and crashes them straight into mythological chaos.
Over there! Look! Someone's coming! Hey!
Then there's Fancy Restaurant. Muscleman's not fighting ghosts or summoning demons. He's just trying to impress his girlfriend's parents. He trades his tank top for a tux, his barbecue burps for fine dining, and enlists Mordecai and Rigby as his etiquette coaches. It's wholesome enough. Awkward dinner, polite small talk, until the restaurant staff realizes they're faking it. They not only detain Mordecai and Rigby, but also unmask Muscleman in the worst way possible.
It's time for you to leave.
What? Why?
Because you're not fancy. You do not eat the creme brulee with that kind of spoon. You disgust me.
Unspeakable.
Disgusting.
Is that true, Mitch? You faked being fancy?
Oui, it's true. They are not fancy at all.
And then hell breaks loose. Broken dishes, shouting waiters, and Muscleman flipping a table before ending the night shirtless at Wing Kingdom cheering with Starla's dad.
This calls for a toast.
I'll do you one better, Herb.
Whoa! Whoa!
You want the rest of my wings?
No thanks. I just lost my appetite.
It's the show's version of a rom-com ending, just louder, greasier, and covered in buffalo sauce.
Hanging with Margaret just to feel so good, like I knew it would. Laughing together and having a blast, and I hope it lasts forever.
And finally, Butt Dial. If season 3 had a theme, it would be trying to act like a Rizzler and failing in public. Mordecai, in his Loverboy era, accidentally sends Margaret a heartfelt confession recorded by his butt, and spends the rest of the episode doing Mission Impossible stunts to delete it.
If you're satisfied with your message, press 1.
Huh?
To delete and re-record your message, press 2.
No! Delete!
Message sent. Goodbye.
Oh my.
They break into cars, sneak through ducts, and somehow get sucked into a sentient cell phone. And all their efforts are useless because Margaret ends up listening to the voicemail anyway.
I can't believe how hot she is. Makes my insides feel like knotted twists. Her pretty face and those long legs. And I hope someday we are more than just friends.
Ugh, it's worse than I thought.
Shut up.
But under all this madness, there's something genuinely sweet. Mordecai's awkward honesty actually brings him closer to Margaret. No time machine, no memory erasing device, just a guy learning how to deal with feelings one butt dial at a time. By the time season 4 rolled around, Regular Show had fully mastered the art of turning the dumbest ideas into emotional fireworks. Case in point, The Longest Weekend. Muscleman, Starla, Mordecai, Margaret, Rigby, and Eileen go on a movie day, but only the girls are into it. Afterwards, Starla wonders if she's been taking their relationship for granted, and when they're too close, there's no space between them for love to grow. So she and Muscleman decide to test their love by spending an entire weekend apart.
Wait a minute, Mitch.
Huh?
That movie made me wonder if we're taking our love for granted.
What are you talking about, babe?
When we're too close, there's no space between us for our love to grow. We need to spend the weekend apart to test the strength of our love.
But babe, we had plans to hang out all weekend.
If we can't get through 2 days apart, how are we gonna stay together forever?
Naturally, Muscleman lasts about 30 seconds before everything in his trailer morphs into Starla's face.
I I miss you, Mitch.
The whole park joins in to stop him from calling her. We're talking full-scale intervention, ropes, guards, a literal man tied to his couch. Meanwhile, Starla's doing the same thing across town, refusing to call him because apparently he should just know when she doesn't mean what she says. Then comes the ending. The show goes from romantic comedy to supernatural meltdown in 10 seconds. Both of them literally burst into flames, rocket through town, and collide in a fiery explosion of toxic affection. It's one of those moments that perfectly sums up regular show's genius. The raw chaos of emotion wrapped in absurd humor and cosmic spectacle. And while Muscleman and Starla are setting new records for codependence, Mordecai gets his own romantic disaster in picking up Margaret. It starts innocent enough. He just wants to give Margaret a ride to the airport. What could go wrong? Turns out, everything. Benson's car, street gangs called the Wickets, a flamethrower-wielding mechanic. It's basically Fast and Furious Park Worker Edition. And through all the mayhem, Mordecai's just trying to tell Margaret how he feels before she leaves. It all ends in the classic regular show fashion. A near-death chase, a reckless run through the airport, and one painfully sincere moment that almost makes you forget how dumb everything before it was.
See you soon.
Bye.
Then, of course, reality kicks back in. Two wildly different love stories, one about awkwardness, the other about timing, but both prove that regular show could make even romance feel like a boss battle. This episode feels like it's from a regular sitcom, not from regular show. It feels like any other day. Mordecai doing chores, Rigby yapping away as usual, but something's off. Margaret's gone, and the episode doesn't fill that space with action. It just sits in it. And Mordecai is just a guy dealing with a breakup and a pile of dirty clothes. When he finds Margaret's pink sweater in his laundry, it's the show at its most grounded. A small, human moment disguised as a cartoon subplot. Mordecai's convinced the sweater is a sign that maybe Margaret left it for him, that maybe he's meant to see her again. Rigby, ever the voice of reason for once, tries to stop him.
Dude, no! What do you think you're doing?
Margaret's sweater. She left it here for me to find. I have to give it back to her.
No, you don't! She probably has a ton of these things. Chicks love hoarding clothes, it's a fact. Besides, it's not even cold out.
Yeah, but what if it's her favorite sweater?
Come on, if she really liked it, she wouldn't have left it.
No, dude. I gotta give it back to her.
I don't know. I don't think that's such a good idea.
But of course, Mordecai ends up on a 20-hour road trip chasing a piece of clothing. Every mile they drive, every argument they have, feels less like a cartoon and more like a very real spiral of heartbreak. He ends up leaving Rigby stranded and drives alone with Laundry Margaret in the passenger seat instead. The ghostly Laundry Margaret isn't even supernatural. It is Mordecai's guilt taking form.
The sweater is the only thing that matters. Forget Rigby.
Forget Rigby?
He'll never understand. He'll only get in the way.
But
the sooner you give Margaret the sweater, the sooner she'll quit school and be with you. The two of you will be happy forever.
That's not true. Margaret worked really hard to get into school. She wouldn't just quit.
For once, the absurdity of regular show doesn't come from what's happening around him. It's coming from what's happening inside him. By the end, nothing explodes, no one's fired into space, Mordecai just lets go. And for this show, that's as rare as a quiet day in the park.
I wrote down some questions to ask after the lecture.
Yeah, we'll see if you don't chicken out this time.
Oh, come on. One time that happened.
Then comes the return of Mordecai and the Rigbys, a name that screams pandemonium, but this time it's not about clones or time travel. It's about a band trying to win a free air conditioner. That's it. It's the most normal setup possible. Not one cosmic stake in sight. Just coworkers slowly losing patience in a hot garage. Benson turns into a control freak, everyone quits, and Rigby has to trick them back together with the promise of free pizza. Everyone gets on stage and gives an electrifying performance. Even when it drifts into surrealism, the hallucinated concert, the dreamlike victory, this episode is still rooted in something painfully human. Mordecai suddenly wakes up and realizes they didn't actually win, or perform, or change anything. They just passed out on stage from the heat.
Huh? We won.
Actually, you guys collapsed of heat stroke before you even started.
We don't even need instruments.
1, 2, 3.
The next episode on our list is New Bro on Campus. It's just about Muscleman wanting to show he is cooler than the new student on campus. It opens with Benson deciding to pair everyone up for chores, skips with Pops, Mordecai with Rigby, and Muscleman with High Five Ghost. But that last one doesn't sit right, because Muscleman has unfriended Fives in real life. Turns out, High Five Ghost uploaded a video of Muscleman's chili pepper stunt, which literally blew up in his face. And by face, I mean his pants. Now, the entire park has seen Muscleman squealing in his underwear, and he's not taking it well.
Classic Muscle Man.
Yeah, this thing has like 50 million hits, too.
It's funny because all of his clothes burned off.
What can be more normal than your best friend showing your embarrassing moments online? So Muscleman cuts ties, says they're done, broship over. To Mordecai and Rigby, it's weirdly sad, almost like seeing your parents fight. And when Muscleman starts reminiscing, we get a glimpse into the past. A memory, not a literal glimpse through time machine. That's a new one for regular show. Back in high school, these two started as rivals. Five was cooler, funnier, smoother. But when a reckless stunt went wrong, Five saved Muscleman's life, and that's how their friendship began. Years later, when Muscleman revisits that same crash site, now quiet and overgrown, he realizes he's been acting like an idiot. He apologizes, and they make up, two bros patching things up like normal people. And that's what makes it so weirdly regular. Then there's Not Great Double Date, possibly the most awkward 22 minutes in the entire show. Margaret's trying to move on from Mordecai, CJ's trying to prove she's fine. So naturally, they decide to go on a double date together. Margaret didn't even have a date, so she had hired one, Dell, a wannabe news anchor who treated the date like an acting gig. Rigby wrote their entire fake relationship backstory, complete with alien abductions and a ferret named Snuggles. At dinner, CJ was very suspicious. Mordecai's sweating and Margaret's crumbling under the pressure.
So, Dell, Margaret, did you guys meet at work or?
Oh, it's a funny story.
Every question turns into a disaster. Then comes the kiss cam moment, the one that shatters everything. Margaret panics, confesses it was all fake, and CJ storms out in tears. Dell stays behind to finish the scene, and the camera pans out on Margaret's face, humiliated, heartbroken, human. And somehow, this is as regular show can get.
Let me get this straight. You're single, you dated Mordecai for a while, and you keep trying to hang out with him, even though you don't have to, because it's not like you kept in touch with him after you left.
The last episode on our list proves that regular show could actually pass for a sitcom. Because what could be more painfully normal than having to pass gym class to graduate high school? The episode kicks off with Rigby heading back to school to finally get his diploma. All he needs is one last PE credit. That's it. Just sit-ups and dodgeballs. Honestly, this might be the most relatable thing he's ever done.
All right, let's see. Foreign language? Check. Geology? Check. All that's left is, bam, gym class!
Except in true regular show fashion, even something as normal as gym class can go way off the rails. The old coach quits after winning the lottery, and the school brings in a replacement, Francis Jablonski, Rigby's childhood bully. Instantly, it stops being gym class and turns into every adult's worst nightmare, running into someone who made your teenage life miserable.
Body check!
Jablonski, no!
Set me up!
Jablonski! Jablonski!
And the best part? Jablonski's still living in the past, taking out all his bitterness on Rigby. There's no monster here, just a guy who peaked in high school and never got over it. Which, if you think about it, might be the most grounded antagonist the show has ever had. That's the thing about regular show. It was never weird just for the sake of it. Because growing up is cosmic horror, Heartbreak is a boss battle, and sometimes the scariest monster is just your own bad decision. Either way, you still gotta clock in tomorrow. If you want to see more videos just like these, just keep watching the regular recap. Subscribe.